Catherine, and today I wanted to go over 5 tricks I use in my house to keep my space organized. The first one, getting right into it, is velvet hangers. For literally all my life, I was using plastic and metal hangers, mostly plastic, and like 1 or 2 wood ones that came with clothes to hang in everything. But then I saw a deal for like 50 of them for $15, so I picked up 4 packs of those. Yes, that is 200 hangers, and I use 80% of that so far, and it is so much better. Admittedly, it's harder to get the clothes on and off with some of the textures of clothes, but it looks so much better. It's so much more functional. It keeps my stuff better. The skirts are even on the same kind of hanger with little clips that match, and then that doesn't even damage my skirts as much as my other hangers used to. My dresses are hanging nicely instead of like trying to hook things around plastic hangers. It's so much better. Admittedly, I still keep a lot of my clothes in like cardboard boxes because I literally have been able to cut like the tops of cardboard boxes down to the exact height and size that I needed for like t-shirts, sweaters, camis, and then I have 1 fabric bin for like handbags because I had it, so I used it. But those are all stacked on the top portion of my closet, so which is over there if you're wondering where I'm gesturing. There we go. The second item is as much Tupperware, and I do mean real Tupperware here, as I can get my hands on. Now, MLMs, that's a whole thing, but garage sales, y'all, and like boutiques almost, kind of, where a lot of MLMs are being sold. Get that used stuff, get the stuff from your mom that she's getting rid of. That's where I got a lot of mine, and just, it makes my pantry so much better. And I don't even have all of my like staples in Tupperware, but what is in there is just so much easier to go through, and it's like it pours right out nicely instead of like the boxes and flaps. And then also I have like a set of 3 bowls that I use for like after I wash fruit, I dump it in a Tupperware bowl and seal it up, pop that in the fridge. The biggest caveat with Tupperware is you can't wash it on the lower level of the dishwasher, so be ready to hand wash slightly more if you don't want to put it up on the top rack, but that's okay as far as I'm concerned because it keeps my stuff well. So yeah, Tupperware. I really like it for my pantry staples. Not much else. I don't do spices in Tupperware because, as me and my mom found out, it's better to keep the spices for us in the container because then we can see the expiration dates. So we don't use any type of re-jarring for spices because, yeah, we want to see the dates on those for when they expire because we don't use some of them as much, and they're so cheap. But it's like, if you don't go through a whole thing of rosemary in a year and a half, 2 years, I don't know what the expiration date is, but you can just toss it. It's okay, but now you know that you should. And so we just get nice columns, like holders for the spices that it comes in at any store. We don't keep them matching anymore, but we do keep them out of sight. Spices, I think, are better out of sight personally. As long as they're like easy to reach. Me and my mom both have them in drawers, so you just pull it out, you can see what's right there and use it. So past the Tupperware in my kitchen, I use a ton of like storage bins, so to speak. So like I have my K-cups in a little storage bin on the cart, which I'll get to later. I keep my video game controllers, actually right behind me there, in a fabric bin. That keeps it all just contained because there's nowhere to put them because my movies take up the actual enclosed space, the few I have. I keep, in my bathroom, I keep like all of my stuff in a little fabric bin on like my half versus like my roommate's half. I keep my Pyrex lids, which is different than Tupperware. Y'all, glass Pyrex is not Tupperware. Tupperware is a brand name. Yes, I get some people like like to call it Kleenex, like instead of facial tissues. I get it. Tupperware is like so specific though compared to that stuff to me. Like you can put Pyrex wherever you want to in the dishwasher. You can use it for food in the microwave and stuff, but you do not put Tupperware 9 times out of 10. I think I have one piece of Tupperware that says microwavable on the bottom. You can't put that in the microwave. It is a different product. It's glass versus plastic. Different use case as far as I'm concerned. Some people might have a different opinion. I understand that. That's mine. And that's what it's called, if I'm honest. But that said, my Pyrex lids, all like the colorful ones, I keep in their own little bin next to all the glass pieces. That keeps them contained. That keeps... And I know the colors well enough, so you have to know, like, oh, the color, that orange is with, I think it's 2 cups bowls in my set. Doesn't matter. I think green is 1 cup. But all of those are in a columned, like, box in my cupboard next to the glassware. Where else do I have those? Oh, I have one of the little bins in my mug cupboard, because that's what's closest to the door to keep stuff from cluttering up the doorway. I keep like laundry quarters, pen, random things I like. You don't know where to, it's kind of my junk drawer in a little basket. So it works well. And it means it's not like scattered all over a drawer or scattered all over my mug cupboard. So quite nicely. This next one took me 25 years to accomplish, is my jewelry box right here. I had little jewelry racks from like kitty departments at stores. I had little like boxes that were just chock full of every necklace I'd gotten since I was like 10, and like or before that when I was like a flower girl in weddings. I think I still have those, but it was all just chonked together, just all of it, just in a little pile in a little like hole of a jewelry box. So I finally found on Amazon, because the wood ones, y'all, are expensive and they're pretty, but I was like, I just want something to hold my jewelry and sit enclosed on my dresser. So this one I got has tons of layers. It's got a spot for rings, which I don't admittedly have that many of, so I had to be aware of that. It's got spots for necklaces, it's got spots for earrings, bracelets, and then it even has this little pull-out drawer where you can have this little like travel case. So I was like, oh my gosh, I've always like wondered, what do I upgrade to? Because you can't take a wooden jewelry box, and I'm not, even though this has like a handle in it, I'm not taking that full thing on a trip. So I was like, how do I take my jewelry? I'm sick of putting like necklaces in plastic bags and then just chucking it in. So it's got like a little box, like 3x2 we'll say, or so, and it's just great. Admittedly, it stays in there, which is super nice. Like, it's built into the system. I take it out when I need it. Otherwise, all of my jewelry is right there, and I love that. Versus like an earring holder and the necklace thing, or like a tray, or like hangers, or on my wall. It's all in one spot. And despite it being on the larger side for an apartment and my tiny little dresser, it's worked really well. So that is that solution. Lastly, if you and your roommate have like a lot of warm beverage options, we'll say, I recommend a coffee cart, or like a bar cart you turn into a coffee cart. We keep the like 12 cup coffee maker, Keurig, and then a stack of like matching mugs of mine on the top of that cart. Then we have the coffees, the filters, the K-cups, and even like some favorite teas on the middle level, and then like other drink stuff beneath. It's pretty mixed bag down there on our cart, but we like that it keeps a lot of the coffee stuff off the counter. My roommate still actually has a third coffee maker, but it's an espresso maker on the counter in the kitchen. That stays there. It's a nice machine, and in the future I'd probably just leave my own Keurig out in a kitchen because I don't go through enough coffee. But if you do have a lot of machines, you're like, I don't want this cluttering my entire counter, run a coffee cart if you have the space for that. Even if it's like not exactly a coffee cart either, if you can find a little table that'll fit both everything you need on there, and it keeps stuff like off of a more useful surface in your kitchen, like next to your stove or you're cooking. I think it's a really great solution for us, and it means people know that, oh, that's available. They see the coffee right there. So that works out pretty nicely. And as you can see, I keep most stuff off of my desktop here. I keep my keyboard and my mouse here. A couple little decor pieces in this corner, but otherwise it's just really my screens. That keeps me really well organized on my desk. I used to keep like papers and folders and stuff, and then I realized I didn't have schoolwork, I didn't have paperwork for work. It was not helpful to have stuff that handy, and I really like having this screen I got actually at a thrift store for $15. Maybe one of my best thrift store finds to date, but it's been slightly glitchy, but it still works, so knock on wood. That is your bonus for today. Thank you so much for watching my video here, and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much, y'all. Bye. So, on to the tour.